just wondered, do you have concerns? I know we don't have a definite about the Champions League schedule yet. Do you have concerns that your players are going to get very little, if any, break after the Champions League before next season, whereas other clubs are going to have a proper break and pre-season?
We would love to not have break for the next season for the Premier League. It would be incredible good news for us. It means we go through. So honestly, right now, is not one thought about Champions League, about Madrid, obviously. So these uncertain situations, like the way we are going to react, or the players going to react to this amount of games in a short time, with this lack of preparation, due long time being stopped, being not playing or moving, being at home, just at home. So now I have to see how it's going on. So normally I don't prepare games or the ideas, thinking much longer. So in this situation, it's just Arsenal in my mind, and after how we recover that position and how we're going to play against Burnley in the next games, I don't know right now.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Thank you, David.
Next question is from Paul Hurst. Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Great. Yeah, we can hear you, mate. Fire away.
Hi, Pep.
Hi, Paul.
You said you spoke to Mikel recently. Did you speak to him when he was diagnosed with the disease, and how kind of worrying was that for you that he had it?
Yeah, we spoke there because I think he has started everything from Arsenal. The game with Mikel had this disease in the family, but hopefully went well for him and all family, and now he's immune. So it's good. It's good for him, and of course, especially the days after when he announced he had the COVID-19. So of course, all of us, we were worried about his situation. But after 10 days, 1 week, 10 days, 2 weeks, everything was good. Recovered well, and yeah, it goes through.
And can I just ask quickly, in terms of the players' recovery, you said around Christmas time that they have a lot of ice baths to kind of recover quickly. Will you be doing that more often now they're playing so often?
No, we cannot use the ice bath. It's not allowed.
Is it not?
So, yeah, no, I don't know. No, I don't know now. We're going to do the best for them. They are taking care of them. We have tried to organize and doing the best facilities for the players to be fit to. But the other leagues, the last minute, and how they suffer the players to arrive in the last minute, and how difficult to recover to play another game. But the problem is not to play one game or the first one, even the second one. Is with the lack of the recovery, you have to play another game with lack of physical trainings or physical condition, or being prepared. That is a problem, but we have to adapt. So it's not another issue. Pray a little bit and be lucky that our staff, me, myself as a head coach, and my staff at the end, to try to take the right decision about the players who believe it's the player who can play more minutes than the other one. That is the main target in this period.
Thank you.
Coming next to Simon Peach from PA. Simon.
Hi, Pep. Hi there. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Yeah.
Just wanted to ask about, you've obviously made a change in the coaching department during the lockdown period. Just wonder what Juan Mar would bring to your setup and what he means to you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand you.
Sorry, I was just wondering if you could tell us a bit about your new coaching edition and what he'll bring to the team.
Okay. Well, we start when we arrived here with Dome, Turren, with Mikel, with Rodo, and we finished this situation. We were 4, and now we were 2. And after when Mikel decided to go to London to be manager, from Arsenal manager, so I felt that I need someone to help us because this amount of games, a lot of players, but I wanted to have time to take a right decision. I thought a lot. I discussed with Chiki, with friends, with the solution. I decided from Juanma because I know him, and what I need right now, I think he's the right person to help us to understand the game better, to methodology the training sessions, part of the be a person like I know him from a long time ago. Like he helped me to understand the game in the way he looks, and that's why he's going to come here. The period went together, and I'm pretty sure he's going to help me and going to help us to sustain the level that we had in the last years.
Thank you. Can I just quickly ask, will any players be unavailable tomorrow? It's obviously been a while since there's been a game, so it's probably worth asking.
Sorry?
Will anybody be unavailable tomorrow?
Oh, no. Most of the players are well. Not big issues.
Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Sam Lee from The Athletic.
Hi, Pep.
Hey, Simon.
You've obviously spoken a lot about what to expect in the next few weeks. It's such a weird situation. No games in 3 months, no fans in the stadium. What are you actually expecting from the game tomorrow night? What do you want to see from your team in this weird scenario?
Not much. Adapt as quick as possible the situation. When they were little kids, they play in the school, in the square, in the street without the spectators. So when they play good in that period, so that is what they have to do. It's a football game. Try to follow a little bit what we thought, what they know, because we didn't change much in these 3 weeks about what we have to do, and that's all. So this is the idea, to adapt in the situation and just play football, like they know. Of course, what we see in Germany, especially in Spain as well, the local teams, they have less influence to win a games, and because this is normal. So when you play at home with the support for your team, always there are these extra minutes or extra passion or extra momentums that they helps you to have. This is not going to happen. That's why you have to adapt and just focus what you have to do and play a game, and of course try to to finish, to take advantage of these next games to finish second and especially qualify for the next season for the Champions League.
Thanks, Pep. And just regarding the injured players, Sane in particular, and Aymeric Laporte. Obviously, Laporte played a bit more before the break. But what can we expect from them? Because normally they would play games and come back to fitness more quickly, but instead they've had 3 months off. How does it work when you're coming back from an injury, a long-term knee injury like that?
You are right. For the players that they had long injuries, you have to be careful, especially for the recovery situations, because there is something that is a routine, the rhythm, and they don't have for almost 1 year. But the important is they don't have pain, they feel good, they don't have problems, and that is the very good news.
Sam? Fred Caldera? Fred, you're unmuted.
Hello, Simon. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Pep. Good to see you. I guess that, like all of us, you have been following the recent statements of Marcus Rashford, the way that he's been speaking out, and like in many times that sportsmen or sportswomen try to go beyond football or beyond sports and try to make social or political comments, many people tell them to stick to football, stick to sports. I would like to ask you, what do you think about his recent statements, and what do you think about this part of criticism that ask people like Rashford or like you, for example, to stick to sport, to stick to football?
Yeah, because maybe these stupid people don't believe that you are a human beings too. And we have an opinion the same like a nurse or a doctor or even a politician. So before what we are, we have a human beings. Why should not say our opinion when you believe you can do a better society when we are a public? And what Raheem Sterling have done many times of players on our club, and that's came Michael Rashford or whatever. Of course, they have to use his platforms to make a better society. So they don't need to get more money. Fortunately for them, they have enough, so they do it to be a better place to live for their families, for our kids, for the next generations, and that's why always when the people say, "But it's not enough." No, of course it's not enough, but to start from here, and I admire a lot these kind of gestures because they do it for all of us.
Thank you, Fred. Jeremy Cross from the Star.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Your appointment of Juan is obviously a guy you know very well and you've worked with before. Does his arrival at the club mean it's more likely that you may stay at City beyond the end of next season?
For my contract?
Yeah.
We'll have time to discuss about this. So we're going to finish the previous season. We have 2 months ahead of us to finish as best as possible next season. We will have time to talk about this. Only I can say is, like I said, since the first day, how delighted I am here, how happy I'm doing my job, how comfortable I am, especially with the players and the staff and backroom staff and the board meeting, people. So I don't have any complaints about anything about the club they offer me from the day one. So we can do better, yeah, of course. That's why we are working every day. But about extend or not or longer, we will see. We have time to talk about this.
Thank you, Jeremy. We come next to James Robson from the Standard. James.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
One of the shames about the way that football will come back without any fans there is that someone like David Silva won't get the send-off that he deserves for being one of, if not City's greatest ever player. Just want to know your thoughts on that. And also, can you confirm if he has actually said that he will definitely be staying on to the end of this season?
Yeah, he will stay until the end of the season. And is unfortunately, he's going to finish his last games here without people, but he's coming back. And hopefully himself, the club, can, of course, organize or have the real farewell from him in front of the people. Always the big clubs, they become incredible clubs. It's a huge club when they make this kind of gestures to these kind of incredible players that they have done for more than 1 decade. For this club become like this club, for example, is right now, and David is one of them. Like was Vincent Kompany, like was Joe Hart, it was Yaya Toure, it was all these players, Pablo Zabaleta, and I would say more names. Sorry for the guy, I forget the names, but they know exactly what they have done for this club. Become the club it is right now. So but the situation is what it is. So no one's wanted, and not just for David especially, but for everyone. So now how to adapt when everything is coming back for the the normal situations. I think the club, they're going to make an agreement with David, and they're going to do what you have to do.
Thank you, James. Guillaume Balaguer. Guillaume?
Hello, can you hear me? Yes.
We can.
Hi, thank you, Simon. Hi, Pep. Have you been in touch with managers from La Liga or Bundesliga, trying to see what they've learned from the first games that they've been playing? And if you haven't, have you been watching the games anyway? And what have you learned from those games?
First, I didn't speak with them about this. But the situation of them is completely different than our situation. Jeremy had 6 weeks. It's a double that we had. 5 weeks in Spain is almost double that we had, and the situation is completely different. And every club and every team in the way they training is completely different. I think we have the results of the GPS information about the players in every training session, and the feeling, the smell about how they feel. I think this is the most important thing right now. And the second question, Guillaume, sorry.
Ian? You still there, Guillaume?
I think. Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yeah.
Guillaume, the second question, sorry.
Yeah. Have you watched the games and anything you may have learned from it?
Yeah. No, I learned that, it was a little bit weird by, in at home, watching the games, the people, playing this kind of activities, like all the public activities with people is strange. We know it. But I learned like one team, especially in Spain, in Germany a little bit less, but in Spain, a team like play incredible well. The first day, the second day, last 30 minutes, 35 minutes, if they don't rotate it or change match, they go down. In terms of the rhythm, in terms of everything, they go down immediately. So I think it's going to happen. It will be up and downs in during the games, and especially the 2 or 3 games in a row. It will be a lot of up and downs about the big heroes. That's normal.
Thank you, Guillaume. Katie Warburton. I've unmuted you, Katie.
Sorry, Simon, it's Andy Dunn. I was having some technical trouble, so I'm on my
Andy,
partner's iPad.
Say hi to Katie.
Anyway, hi. Yeah, do you, just following on from how you said there's ups and downs physically in matches, do you see yourself using 5 substitutes in a game? And do you think that gives the big clubs a big advantage?
I think what we have for this is the protection the players to get injured. So the fact the real advantage for that in this period is to avoid, when you are in the limit to get, to get injured, to avoid it as much as possible. Even with that, there will be a lot of injuries. This is my feeling. Is the advantage or not? I don't know.
Thank you, Andy. Jonathan Smith from goal.com.
Hello, Pep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, you've been talking about the rotation and obviously the tight schedule. Does this give an opportunity for some of the academy players? And could you give us some of the names that have been training with you?
Well, due a reduce or a lack of being tested, all the staff and all the players, because before it was 50 or 40, after 45 or 60. So we called the academy players that lives in Manchester, close to Manchester. We could not, we don't want to call people live in Spain or in Holland or in other places to come here, stay isolated in CFA or here in the academy, like the academy is closed or maybe don't have an apartment. And that's why we call these guys. Of course, we start with Cole, with Taylor, or we know him, the Felix Nemecha. We have players that we train with us and they train incredibly well. But we're trying to survive with the players that we have in the first team. But of course, if we need him, we have these 5 or 6 players, no more than that, because we didn't have the opportunity to call more players to do more tests because we're not allowed to train with us.
Thank you, John. Ian Abrahams next from TalkSport, please. Ian.
Hi, Pep.
Hi. Sorry.
Just moving on from that last point about young players. Roy Hodgson yesterday was saying that a lot of teams are going to be blooding young players. Do you think this is going to be a great opportunity for young players to make their way in the game in this country? I'm talking about young English players.
Yeah, of course. Depends on the lack of less players, more games. Just they have to be ready. At the end, the young players deserve to be played when they want it. They want to stay. They want to. They are good players. They work hard, and in that moment, they have the opportunity. Yeah.
Ian, thank you. Simon Bashkowski next from the Manchester Evening News.
Hi, Pep. Hi. Arsenal have played a few friendlies in the build-up to this. Did you organise any friendlies for City, and what was your thinking for doing that or not doing that?
No, we played a friendly game between each other in the Etihad Stadium last week to see just the protocol we have to use in the locker room, what we have to do, and a little bit, play without the spectators in our stadium. We play just one game at home between each other because I didn't want to take risk, and I guess we can practice and talk between each other better.
Simon, thank you. Jamie Jackson from The Guardian.
Hi, Pep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, Pep. Kevin De Bruyne said last month that if the full 2-year Champions League ban was upheld by CAS, he would consider his future at Manchester City. Is that fair enough? What's your opinion on Kevin? He's obviously one of your best players saying that.
Well, I don't know what exactly he said. This is normal for everyone in the club. So I know the UEFA and the club make the hearings last 10 days ago. So at the end of this month or the beginning of July, we'll know the resolution, the sentence. Hopefully it's going well. The next season, if we deserve it on the pitch, play the Champions League next season.
Jamie, thank you. Jack Gorn from the Daily Mail. Hi, Jack. Jack, can you hear us?
Hi, Pep. Sorry, have you got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Pep, we've not had football for 3 months, and it's felt like the whole country has needed it to come back, and it's been desperate for it to come back for the country's morale. How important do you think football is to this country's culture? And is that any different to what you've experienced in Spain and Germany previously?
Well, I would say that here in England, like in Spain and Germany and all the clubs, the football is an important part of society. But please don't forget what was important or what is important. And here the important people, and hopefully they will deserve more than just one applause once a week or every day. They happen here in England once and every day in Spain. It's for the people who was in the NHS. So they went to work every single day to put the risk to being contaminated for the COVID-19 to survive or to help to be alive the rest of the people. So they deserve the huge, incredible compliment, not just the nurses, the scientists, the doctors, the cleaners. The people are there every day to make our life easier, or to put their lives on risk to save ours. And at the end, okay, that is nice to come back. Hopefully it's going well. Hopefully we cannot regret what in French Holland has done, and everything is going more or less well. But please, here the real heroes for the society must be these people. So it's difficult to imagine, to wake up in the morning, have a family, going to the hospital, having like the virus is there, incredible is there, and to save the life of the other one, to take my life at risk. And it's incredible what they have done. I make an incredible compliment to the Premier League to put a badge here in every single game. And personally, I will never forget for the rest of my life what these kind of people all around the world have done for us. On incredible people on the street to make masks or do absolutely everything for NHS people, to help our life better. And I think I like to say too is how pleased I am for all the clubs in the Premier League don't ask the money to the government, and the government put this money for the NHS. Like for example in Spain, didn't happen. That's why all we can do in this country for this kind of people, we have to do it, but not just now with applause or just for the good actions, for the rest of the lives, because maybe it's coming back. Hopefully not, but maybe in the future it's coming back another virus. And in that moment, they can be safer. They can protect themselves better, to do their jobs better, to save our life like they have done in that moment. So big compliment. Thank you so much. I will never personally, and my family never will forget what all NHS around the world they have done for our families, our parents, kids, or whatever, grandpas, grandmas, to work and in incredible difficult circumstances, difficult situations, to do our lives Sifa.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. The last question now from David Chisnell from ITV. David.
Hi, Pep. Hi, Simon. I suppose following on from that, I mean, Pep, just how important is it to play out the Premier League season? And I mean, everything you've been through personally over the last few months, did you ever feel that it was not the right thing to do?
Sometimes I understand we have to do it. So I think the Premier League and all governments, they have incredible protocol. So we were in touch sometimes with the managers, but I can imagine how tough it will be for all the clubs, for all the, for all the Premier League, for everyone to because it was absolutely new. Nobody knew what or knows what we have to do. So, but always you have the feeling, the sensation that, okay, the economic damage for all the clubs is huge, it's big, and you have to do it to reduce this impact as much as possible. But overall, the healthy for the people, you are human beings. I want to be healthy. I don't want to die, and nobody want to die. The friends, because it's contaminated, don't do what you have to do. So I think the social distance, the hands sanitizer and the mask or whatever we have to do, we have to still doing, because I think the virus is still there. It's not disappear. It's just still there. So, and that's why we have to be careful, be alert. But in the same time, like I think they were in contact with the government, they were in contact with the doctor, with the scientists. If they allow us to do it, it's because we can do it. And of course, if we can do it, of course we're going to do it. But I am actually ignorant in the terms what you have to do, and have to follow the instructions, especially the scientists. So, and hopefully the politicians can follow the scientists and the doctors what you have to do. Because in this issue, the people who knows more than everyone else, they are there. They are the scientists. And hopefully they can follow what they do or what they say.
Okay. I'd like to thank everyone for joining today. That's the end of the press conference, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the Arsenal game. Thank you very much.